Hey everyone, it's November 25th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share it with serial killer Richard Francis Cottingham, known as the Torso Killer, who murdered at least 8 victims, though likely many more. And that is him right up there. Cottingham was born in the Bronx in 1946, the oldest of 3 children, and claims that he had a fascination with bondage even as a small child. His family moved to New Jersey when he was 12, where he attended high school, participating in the cross-country team because he liked the solitude of running long distances by himself. After graduation, he went to work for his father at MetLife as a computer operator in the 60s and studied computers before taking a job with Blue Cross, where he worked with the dating game killer Rodney Alcala. See my video on August 23rd for more on him. Cottingham first killed in 1967 when he strangled a mother of 2 and left her nude body tied up in her own car. She had been missing for 3 days when her remains were discovered in New Jersey. No leads pointed to Cottingham, so he got away clean, but he has since confessed to multiple murders throughout the late 60s and 70s. His first legal trouble came when he was arrested in 1969 for DUI, then being caught shoplifting in 1972. Cottingham was charged with the robbery and sexual assault of a prostitute in 1973, but charges were dropped. A missed opportunity to stop him after just a few murders. In 1979, he murdered 2 women in a hotel near Times Square, cutting off their heads and hands to try to hide their identities before setting fire to the hotel and leaving. Firemen discovered the remains when putting out the blaze, and since neither of their heads or hands were ever found, the press gave the killer the nickname of the Torso Killer. In 1980, the body of another victim was found at a Quality Inn in New Jersey, handcuffed and nude with bite marks all over her body. She had been strangled, and traces of tape were found around her mouth. Investigators suspected it was related to an earlier murder at the same hotel. Another victim was found nearby, and a few months later, yet another one was discovered dead in a hotel in the area. In May of that year, Cottingham picked up an 18-year-old prostitute, and the two checked into the same hotel where he had killed a woman just a few weeks earlier. He held a knife to her throat as he handcuffed and began torturing her, nearly chewing off one of her breasts. As he did it, he said, "You have to take it. The other girls did. You have to take it too. You have to be punished." She was able to scream loud enough that hotel staff heard her cries and they alerted the police. They forced the room open and Cottingham was arrested. He had handcuffs, a gag, collars, knives, a pistol, and a large amount of prescription pills with him when he was taken into custody. When his house was later searched, numerous trophies from his victims were found, mementos of his murders. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to 173 years in prison and fined $2,350. Multiple additional murder convictions have added to his sentence, with the most recent charge coming in June of this year. Cottingham has been convicted of killing 8 women, but some claim the true number of victims could be as high as 1. The daughter of one of his victims has befriended him, making over 30 visits to spend time with the man who murdered her mother, and that friendship has spurred him on in admitting to additional crimes. He spends his days mostly in a wheelchair in prison as detectives race to try and get confessions to cold case murders before he expires. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Richard Francis Cottingham, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.